And also, I think I'm in love with you.
You can meet as friends?
Juno is a film made in 2007, wherein this guy and this girl have sex, she gets pregnant, tells her dad and stepmom, agrees to give it up for adoption to these two, before he walks out on her, she gets upset and asks him for advice on commitment.
I need to know that it's possible that two people can stay happy together forever.
Well, it's not easy, that's for sure.
Then she offers to give the baby to her, even though she is now without him, and she originally agreed to give up the baby to him and her, not just her. Then she, heeding his advice on relationships and love, gets together with him. So what should seem obvious in that is that Juno is a film about connections. The director, Jason Bateman, is more specific and believes this is a movie about relationships. The film gives us 3 relationships to chew over: Mac and Bren, Vanessa and Mark, and Juno and Paulie. First, there's Mac and Bren. Mac is warm and dependable and can balance silliness.
Liberty Bell, if you put one more bacon on that potato, I'm going to kick your little monkey butt.
With being firm.
Were you rushing or were you dragging? Answer!
Russian?
Oh crap, not that firm, not that firm.
Boy, I thought you were the kind of girl who knew when to say when.
That's better. He's married to Bren, who's fierce and tries to help Juno, her stepdaughter, understand the world, even if Juno doesn't want her to.
Wow, sure it's working hard.
Is Vanessa here?
No, we are safe.
Sweet.
Juno, you can't just drop in on them like that.
I was totally cool with it.
You don't understand. Mark is a married man. There are boundaries.
What does it even matter if he's married? I can have friends that are married.
You don't know squat about the dynamics of marriage.
You don't know anything about me.
I know enough.
The thing about Mac and Bren is they communicate.
Just tell it to me straight, Bren. You think this is my fault?
I think kids get bored and they have intercourse. And I think Junebug was a dummy about it, Mac.
And as a result, they're a strong couple. They have a good relationship.
I've been with your stepmother for 10 years now, and I'm proud to say we're very happy.
Then we have Mark and Vanessa. Things start out pretty good for them, but then cracks start to appear. They don't seem to work through disagreements, whether it's about the colour of their adopted child's nursery.
I think it's too early to paint. That's my opinion.
I disagree.
Or bigger things like Mark's hopes and dreams.
There's just some things that I still want to do.
Like what? Be a rock star?
Don't mock me.
This is something that's never gonna happen.
We later learn that Mark is selfish. He leaves his wife just before the baby he agreed to raise with her, Juno's baby, is due, just so he can live out his unrealistic dreams. Meanwhile, Vanessa wants everything to appear perfect. Appearance is everything to her. If she's arranging flowers or having awkward pictures taken with someone who isn't great for her, or if the first question she has after holding her adopted son is,
How do I look?
she also struggles to accept things that aren't perfect, like her relationship with Mark, who doesn't seem eager to confront the relationship's flaws either. What I'm trying to say is they don't communicate. Vanessa doesn't confront Mark about what she sees as childish dreams until he announces he's leaving, and that's also when Mark tells Vanessa he doesn't want to be a father, months after agreeing to adopt a child with her. What you're seeing now is an argument Mark and Vanessa have. It's the only emotionally raw communication between them, 70 minutes into a 92-minute film, and it breaks them. So, is this the message of the film? Communicate with your partner and have a good relationship like Mac and Brenda's, or fail to communicate and have a bad relationship like Mark and Vanessa's? Well, not really, because we haven't considered Juno and Paulie yet. These two have an ultimately good relationship without communicating at all. Paulie is the baby's biological father, but Juno doesn't tell her about the adoptive parents, Mark and Vanessa, until halfway through the film. And their most emotionally rich communication seems to threaten to break them as well.
I shouldn't want to talk to you anymore.
What, are you ashamed that we did it?
No.
Because at least you don't have to have the evidence under your sweater. I'm a planet.
But Paulie is honest and sincere, so the relationship holds. Even if honesty is ugly, the film still seems to value it over a pleasant lie. We see this in Vanessa's transformation from a prepared mum who's lying to herself about Mark to a mum who's
Scared shitless.
but has learnt to face reality. I think the core message of the film is that teens observe relationships from their elders, and these relationships are either good or made to look good when they're actually pretty bad. Juno can't really tell these two types of relationship apart. When Juno first meets Mark and Vanessa, she seems to think they're a good couple, but then when she realises that they're just made to look good and are actually pretty bad for each other, it nearly breaks her. So if you can't tell your elders' good relationships and your elders' bad relationships apart, that means you can't copy your elders' relationships and expect to be happy, because you could be copying something toxic without knowing it. What that means, the film seems to suggest, is you have to decide for yourself what's best for you. Juno doesn't pave her way in terms of a relationship entirely. In fact, she takes relationship advice from Mac, an adult, her elder, someone who's come before her. But when it comes to a relationship, she does have to make a decision about what to learn from adults and what to change. She accepts Mac's idea of being with someone who loves you for you and circumvents Mark's selfishness by giving her baby to Vanessa without Mark. She takes matters into her own hands, and that's hard. So Juno is a film about adolescence and relationships, but more specifically, it's about what you do to make them work. Making that decision and realising that decision needs to be made in the first place, that you can't just look to older relationships and copy them because they and the people in them are not perfect, or what the film suggests make adolescence so hard.
Wow, you just watched a 7-minute video with shitty audio, and now you're watching this outro with even shitter audio. Good job, that's amazing. I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have stuck it through the whole way. Thank you for watching. I know it's, these videos aren't, they're far from the best stuff on YouTube, but it really keeps me going when I still have people who watch my stuff, people who still comment, people who still give their opinion, because they're not the best, but you're still taking an interest, and that really means a lot, especially when I kind of go silent for 2 months to make something massive like this, because Jesus, this thing was a monster. But I made it and you guys watched it, so thank you very much. See you next time. Bye. Sorry, I've just got milk. I look very weird with no context.